One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It just gives you chills every time you hear it, even all these years later. But imagine a national park being set up on the moon. Two House Democrats are proposing just that, to ensure the American landing sites are preserved for future generations. The bill states, as commercial enterprises and foreign nations acquire the ability to land on the moon, it is necessary to protect the Apollo lunar landing sites for posterity. So is it? Corey Powell joins me now, editor-at-large of for Discover Magazine. Corey, welcome back.
Always nice to be here.
Always good to have you with us. Now, on the face of it, you say, oh, a national park on the moon. It sounds like a ridiculous idea. However, we do want to, in some way, preserve those sites if anybody ever gets back there. It's been more than 40 years, and nobody's made it yet.
Right. It's an incredible piece of history, and there's several layers of protection. There's a United Nations treaty that we signed that basically protects the sovereignty of the moon itself.
We know how well those United Nations things hold up.
First of all, it's the United Nations, and second of all, it doesn't say anything about the actual artifacts on the moon. And to me, the most interesting thing here is, the NASA part of it, that amazing image of
what
Neil
artifacts
Armstrong.
are you including in that?
Well, so the things they're most interested in are the Apollo landing sites, Apollo 11 through Apollo 17. But there's an incredible, crazy array of things there. There's a falcon feather and a hammer that David Scott dropped to demonstrate how gravity works during Apollo 15. There are the golf balls. There are 96 bags of frozen urine and feces, which I'm assuming nobody wants, but they're hanging out there.
Because?
We left a lot of trash on the moon. We left a lot of amazing artifacts on the moon. And the question is, how much of that is history that you want to preserve? The other interesting question to me is, NASA isn't saying that, oh, they're going to send missions back to protect this. They're saying private companies are going to go, poking around, and they want to make sure they don't disturb things. So, the private space flight is really the forward element here.
How far away are we from, sort of a competitive environment where there's all these different entities going up there and we have to protect it? I mean, you look at what Richard Branson has done, and that's just getting us up to the zone of the International Space Station, which is how far away from the moon? I mean,
right. Manned spaceflight into orbit, we're very close to that. Manned spaceflight to the moon for a private company,